I love purple eyeshadow. I absolutely love purple eyeshadow. It looks amazing with my green eyes. It looks good on my, my light olive skin. Purple eyeshadow is just amazing. And so when I saw this palette, this Afterglow Tempting Palette by NARS, I thought, I want to try this. I have never tried the NARS eyeshadow formula before. I've heard good things about it from everybody. Everybody says that it's high quality. They just don't always love the color stories. Or once you get one palette, there's some repetition in the color stories, so you don't need to, get every single new launch or anything like that. And I saw this and I was like, well, this looks gorgeous. But I didn't immediately buy it because it was like $50 and I was not going to do that. But on Memorial Day, this was 50% off, 50. I was able to get this for about $24. It looks so beautiful in person. I have not swatched it yet and I cannot wait. So we have 3 mattes here and I'll start with those. And this one looks like it's going to be this amazing purple all over the lid shade. Then we have all of these different shimmers, and I cannot wait to see what they look like. This one looks like a duochrome to me. So if you look in the mirror, right, can you see that the shade in the mirror is different than what it looks like over here, like in the pan? So I think this shade is going to be very special. I can't wait to see all of them. And this is my first NARS palette. It's plastic, but it feels substantial. It has a nice closure. It has a good size mirror. And it's a 9 pan, but I think this would be perfect for travel. Like it's a great size. It's small, but you still get a lot of variety in it. So let's get to it. I can't wait anymore. So I'm just going to start with this matte. Oh, we get quite a bit of kick up with the matte, which oftentimes that just means it'll blend out really well. Very pigmented, but there is a bit of kick up, so I would build this slowly. I got too much on the brush, so I'm having to kind of blend it out farther than I originally anticipated. Okay, that is a gorgeous light purple shade. I'm not going to be able to do a wear test on this for a few weeks because I am in the middle of vision correction surgery. I did one eye this week. I'm doing the second eye next week. So I can't wear eyeshadow for a few weeks. And so this is a little bit of a treat for me once my recovery is done. I really want to see what this is like on the lid. Okay, that's a very nice purple color. It's not in your face. It's just a subtle, nice purple, but there is a fair bit of kick up. So I would go slowly with this and just be a little careful, but it blends out like a dream. All right, let's try this one, which looks like a warm terracotta type neutral brown. Again, it blends really easily. That is just a lovely color. That is a lovely neutral brown, but it's on the warm side. It really is. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's go with this one, which is the deepest matte, and it looks like it has a bit of purple in it. Looks like it might have a little less kick up than the other shades. And this will be great for deepening up. I think you could also do your liner. That's a good color. And look at how well all of these colors go together. Like these two are amazing together. These two are amazing together. So the dark shade works for both the purple and the kind of terracotta brown. I'm liking the mattes. I really want to see what it's like putting them on the lid because there is that fair bit of kick up. Okay, let's do the shimmers. Oh, okay. Okay, NARS. I see what you did there. That is very reflective. Oh, okay. That is a very shiny white shimmer right there. It's quite metallic, but under direct light of a flashlight, I can definitely see white micro glitters. So it's all one color. It's just a very light white shade. Let's see what it's like over the purple. So this shade, it's a nice purple, but it's just like a kind of a subtle purple. Very pretty. So with that, because I did the matte so lightly, you can get a subtle, just a subtle difference. It's not purple. It's not in your face. It's just a little bit of a deeper base than putting the white shimmer directly over your skin. Let's go with this second one, which looks a tiny bit deeper, a little bit more kind of neutral, cool tone. Let's see what it's actually like. This one has a little bit of a rougher feel. It actually looks a little bit more tan than that one. Interesting. Oh, okay. Okay, NARS. Okay, look at that. That is a beautiful one and done shade. It has a bit of a tan base with some white reflect. That's a gorgeous shade. And that's, yeah, this is enough of a base to just be perfect as a one and done. To be perfect as a one and done. Now I'm going to take this terracotta shade. That's nice too. See, you can't, if you think that on its own it doesn't have a dark enough base, you can put it over a dark matte. I think it looks more ethereal on its own. When I put it over the matte, I get more of the scattered sparkle look, which is very popular with a lot of people. Especially if you have mature lids, you might, I have very hooded eyes. Sometimes the scattered look gives you some reflection without it emphasizing any texture you might have on your lids. Oh, this is gorgeous. Now is the time. We're doing it. This shade I'm so interested in. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, this one is special. This one is special. It has sort of a terracotta base with a cool toned purpley, pinkish, maybe hint of purple leaning into blue reflect. That's gorgeous. This shade really ties this palette together, right? Because the reflect pulls more on this side, but the base pulls more on this side. Wow. You know, if you used this on the inner portion of your lid and maybe this on the outer portion and just did this all over the lid, then it would tie everything together. I'm going to take some of the purple matte. I just keep going. Look at how blindingly light this first shimmer is. That has some reflection. This is a beautiful light shade, especially for a just kind of a nude look. This is a perfect one and done shade. This is sort of a spicy neutral one and done shade that you can pair with any of the others. Wow. Yeah, and that cools it down a little bit. So if you like this, but then you're like, oh, do I really want that much of a terracotta base? Put it over the purple and it just tones it down a little bit. All right, let's look at this shimmer shade. It's a little darker. Oh, this one feels different in the pan. These three are a little rougher, whereas this one is a little very smooth. Feels very smooth and satiny. Let's see what it's like. Yeah, this one is a very, very pretty shade. It's a little bit of a darker brown. You can put this sort of a bronzy brown, but definitely more on the satiny side. Like, look how reflective this is compared to this. Under direct light, you can still see just maybe some tiny micro glitters, but this is almost on the satin side. And this is opaque enough that I don't think I'm going to put it over another matte. You could use this on its own. This is also an amazing one and done shade. Okay, this is the same form. These two are the same formula, so I'm expecting this to be satiny, not that reflective. Okay, oh yeah. So this is even less reflective. I would say this one is satin metallic, whereas this is just satin. It's a very nice kind of plum shade, and in fact, let's try this out with a brush. No, I would not apply that with a brush. Okay, so you can take some and really shear it out almost. and just get a wash of color. But if you do this and build it up, it's a plummy shade leaning toward brown, very work friendly, but not very reflective at all. It's not a flat matte, but pretty close. That shade is actually quite powdery. It's an interesting formula. Now let's do this one. Okay, this one feels like these three shimmers, so I'm expecting it to be higher shine than the last two. Yeah. Okay, this is a kind of pinky color that leans into purple, but it's a pretty pink shade. It's actually kind of a pinker version of this terracotta shade. So these two would go marvelously together. And just for funsies, I want to see what this one is like over just this wash of the darker color there. That's nice. Okay, so you can change the way that this shimmer looks based on, do you put it under like directly on skin? Do you put it over a darker matte or even a darker satin? You can change the tone. So if you look at this and you're like, wow, that's pretty, but it's just a little too pink or too bright or too warm, you can put it over a darker or a cooler color and definitely change the tone. I cannot wait to get this on my eyes. I am impressed, NARS. I'm impressed. So these four shades, especially, really these three up top, these two here, and this one, are so versatile and so amazing, I think. I mean, this can be a one and done, one and done, one and done. You can pair them with the purple on its own to kind of cool it down and go purple, or you can go with the more terracotta shade to, to pull it a little, warmer or more interesting that way. We have some satiny shades if that's your preference. This one is fairly punchy. It really is. I like that. And this is enough to deepen up. All of these colors go so well with each other. I can't wait to try that. I'm especially eager to try all three of these. There's a lot of kick up in the pan in these two shades in particular, even though this is like a satin. That is very kind of strange and interesting, but I can't wait to try it out. NARS, hey, I'm impressed. I've never tried NARS eyeshadow before, but just looking down at these swatches, I mean, look at how shiny these are, and yet I don't feel like I'm covered in glitter. There's some kind of high shine metallicness going on, but there's still a bit of a scattered look to it. This is a very interesting duochrome to be, in a NARS palette. I think it's gorgeous. But if you're not a fan of, the base color, you can still modify it. This is such a pretty white, shiny shade that is so versatile. I mean, that's the type of shade that you could keep this palette handy, and then no matter which other palette you're using, whether it's cool tone or warm tone or whatever, you can dig in it, just for this shade. And this one looks like a one and done that, could give, it's kind of in that space cowboy realm a little bit. That, I mean, you could just wear this every day and be happy. And this one for kind of a spicy neutral one and done, yeah, these are gorgeous. And this is more of kind of a subtle bronze shade. And this has a bit of plum in it, but goes a little bit more on that satin side. And just, I'm impressed. I want to try this. Teeny update, I just changed the lighting a tiny bit and it is looking more micro glittery under natural light than it was before. So for the top two shades especially, you will see little specks of micro glitter.